Real estate is a career that many people look into. Why? Because it is both lucrative and rewarding at the same time. But as real estate agents, we face a lot of challenges in these real estate streets. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you my pros and my cons of becoming a real estate agent, as now I'm approaching my second year anniversary as a licensed realtor here in Ontario, Canada. Now let's jump right into it. So you might be considering to become a realtor because of the flexibility and freedom that this career offers, compared to other careers. We might be in the same position like myself, who's currently a registered nurse full-time while I'm also a realtor part-time. So you might be looking into an additional stream of income, or you might just be starting off or considering becoming a real estate agent. Now, I'm sure that why you might be considering this career path because of the schedule. Am I right? Am I wrong? Because that was one of the reasons I chose to become a realtor, because of the schedule. No, of course, there are some pros and some cons involved in the schedule of a real estate agent. Now, as we know, it gives that freedom and that flexibility because now you're an entrepreneur, right? So you call the shots. You do you, when you want, how you want, where you want, right? So that's the pro that comes with the scheduling, the freedom and the flexibility. You choose when you want to take your vacations. You decide if you want to take a sick day. You block out your schedule when you don't want to work, when you want to work, and all that good stuff, because you are your own boss. Now, the con of the schedule of a realtor is that a lot of times we're working with clients that are working full-time jobs. That means the clients are only available like after 5, like 5 to 9, right? Or on weekends and also on holidays. So you have to make yourself available throughout those times so you can go out with clients for showings and for viewings and all that stuff, and even to host open houses during the weekends. As you might know, most open houses occur over the weekend. So that's the con of the schedule part of a realtor. Now, another con of the schedule of a realtor is the fact that you have to be disciplined because you don't have a boss looking over your shoulder. You don't have a system that you go into your 9 to 5 job. Like for us, we're nurses, you know that you're assigned clients. And if you're a teacher, you know that you have this amount of work to do throughout the day as you're teaching your students, right? But when it comes on to being a real estate agent, you have to do your own scheduling, right? So this is another con. If you're not disciplined, if you're not motivated, then some mornings you'll wake up and you'll have all the ideas of going out on your lead generating activities so that you can get clients, and then something happens and you don't follow up with the client that you're supposed to follow up with, right? So these are the cons that you might face. While yes, it is an exciting journey, and the pros are exciting, but these are the cons that you have to watch out for if you are planning to become a real estate agent. Now, the second point that we're going to look into is the income of a real estate agent. Now, I was told recently by someone someone said to me recently, do you know that you have a license that generates cash, that make money? And I was like, yeah, because you have no cap limit of how much you can make as a real estate agent. The more you put in, the more you cash out, right? So, with that said, there are some pros involved in the amount of money that you can make as a real estate agent. So now that we're familiar with the pros that are involved with the income of a real estate agent, now let's look at the con, right? And as we just said, the more you put in, the more you cash out. So the con would be if you don't work, you don't have a paycheck to collect at the end of the closing, right, of a house, right? Which leads us to know the unpredictability of the income of a real estate agent. You get paid by commission. It's a commission. It's a sales job where you get paid by commission, right? So from a sale of a house or a purchase of a house, you get a commission out of that. amount that the house is being sold for. And this commission varies depending on the broker that you are employed with. Real estate agents are employed by a broker. And if you're wondering, like, what are the steps to obtain your real estate license, you're not sure about that, go ahead and check out this video right here, which I did, of how to get your real estate license in Ontario, Canada. Now, let's go back to the commission part of it. So each brokerage is different. It can vary. Commission can vary from 1% to 3 to 2. It varies. So it depends on the brokerage, right? Now, another con is that you don't get paid until after the closing date of that transaction. And most closing usually varies from 30 to 90 days. So if you sign a contract with a client and you start the process of house hunting, which sometimes takes a while, and that end up to be like 3 months, 90 days, all that time that you have been driving around with the client, the gas that it takes to fill up your vehicle to go from one area to the next and looking at multiple houses, you will have to invest to put that money in to spend up for those upfront costs. And then you have to wait until closing day for you to get paid, and not even closing day, sometimes a few days after closing day, because there's a process that is involved in the closing day where the money will have to go to the brokerage, then you get paid through your brokerage. So you always have to have, pro tip, you always have to have a client in the pipeline, or you have to have additional savings for your bills and all that stuff, because of the income and the unpredictability of the income coming in. So if you're going to become a full-time real estate agent and you are transitioning from one job to becoming a real estate agent, ensure that you have enough money saved up. Ensure that you always have clients within your pipeline, because it's like a backlog. You're getting paid in this backlog, right? Like, for example, for me, I'm transitioning, right? So I just didn't leave my current job as a nurse to walk away from that and say I'm going to take up real estate full time, because especially it's it's an unpredictable job, right? So there will be seasons where there's a lot of transactions going on, and there will be slow seasons. Say, for example, right now in this season that we're in 2024, the real estate market is not as hot as it was like 2019, 2020, back then a few years ago, especially with the changes and the fluctuations with the interest rate, right? So you have to plan accordingly, plan out your finances accordingly, so that you don't get in trouble with your finances, right? And have your bills, your mortgage, and all that stuff delayed because of the delay in your income that you are expecting from a transaction that you did. Now, the next thing is that you are now an entrepreneur. I think I should have discussed this as number one, but anyhow, we're discussing it now as number three, right? Because the fact is now that you are an entrepreneur, you are your own boss. We did discuss the schedule previously, but the fact is you are your own boss, right? Which means that you have to market and promote yourself. Your brokerage do not give you leads. Most times you have to go out and you have to do your own leads. So this is the part that comes with the entrepreneurship part, the con, right? When you're employed to an organization, you get clients and you're expecting to get your monthly salary, right? But now you're an entrepreneur, you're your own boss, which comes with all the different pros. But with this, being your own boss comes a lot of cons, right? If you don't market and promote yourself, you won't get any clients. And there are a wide variety of different ways of how you can get leads. Some persons prefer door knocking, cold calling. Nowadays, we're using social media to market and promote real estate business, right? So you have to choose your business plan, and you have to choose how you're going to get your clients, the means, the different ways, whatever you're comfortable with, and you go with that route. Another thing is that you have to keep track of your expenses or your spending, so that when it comes to filing your taxes, you have all your business expenses written down and ready for tax time. No, yes, this can be a lot. You have to understand business, you have to understand sales, you have to understand marketing, promoting. You have to understand all that comes with being your own boss. And another con is that this road can be a very lonely road, especially as a new agent starting out. For myself, I find as I'm approaching my 2 years, I'll be doing another video on my thoughts, my experiences, and all that good stuff, as now I'm approaching my 2 years anniversary. So if you're interested in that video, let me know in the comments so that I can elaborate on any questions or concerns that you might have. Now, as I just said, another con is it can be a lonely road. You have to market, you have to promote yourself. If you are an introvert, that is another con. With this sales business, I think you benefit more when you are more a people person, an extrovert rather than an introvert. That's how you get more leads, and that's how you can network and build a rapport, build a community, build a tribe, build resources, so that you can collaborate with other persons that are in this field and in this area. Now, if you enjoyed this video, if it makes any sense, please hit the like button right now. And if you have not yet joined this family, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And you can go check out this video right here if you're in between, not sure if you should become a real estate agent or if you should maybe consider becoming a mortgage agent. I know both can be a very tricky question to decide. So that video will help you to make an informed decision. Thank you for sticking around to the end, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.